Hello YouTube fans, it's your boy Brad here with another video. Today we'll be looking at this Avella, kind of show you the name Monopod, video pod, photography, whatever you want to call it. In my previous video you saw me do the VP-66. It was not a monopod that worked out for me. I sent that back and I already had this one on the way in. This is going to work out for me. Again, I will be comparing it with my Manfrotto monopod that I put together with the foot on that I've been using for years. Set that out the way and let me show you what came in the bag. Let me show you the bag here real quick first. It comes in this nice carry bag, which I don't usually use carry bags at all. Inside the carry bag, the monopod was in this plastic bag. Get that out the way. Inside the carry bag itself, there's a head, a second head. Check that out. You get two mounts for the Avella head here. You also get, where's it at? This bag of goodies with some instructions and some features about the monopod, with some Allen wrenches and a thumb nut screw thing here to tighten up the little nuts on the monopod if you need to do that. Sit that out the way. Again, this came in, show that again. It's got a strap. Sorry about the back and forth here, guys. And a carry handle. Sit that out the way. Let's look at the monopod itself. Compared to the Manfrotto, about the same height. I love, show this real quick, that both of these have a rubber tip, so you don't have to switch out. You already have a rubber tip, unlike the VP-66, which you have to take the foot off and put a rubber tip on it. Sit the Manfrotto out the way for a moment and we'll start with the Avella. Show you here the Amazon site. The Amazon, it's called the Avella CD324 carbon fiber fluid head and removable feet, 71 inches tall. That is a tall monopod. Max load 13.2 pounds, and it goes on into some other stuff here. Let's take a look. I'm going to go reverse here. I'm going to take a look at the head here first. Guys, this is pretty nice. I got this whole thing for, it's $114. It's 10% discount. So I only paid a couple dollars more for this one than I paid for the VP-66 Vidpro monopod that I returned to the seller. Nothing defective about it, just doesn't work for me. But this has a great handle which you can mount on either side of the head here. Nice little thumb screw here that pulls out, and you can make adjustments to tighten up the where you turn it on the head. I took this and I already screwed it into here, but this is a, I'm going to screw it out. It's a larger screw head. This is actually an accessory port, so you can attach accessories, but I took that out and screwed it into there, and I'm glad it fits there. Doesn't say anything about that in the instruction. That way I can keep it there because I will only probably be using this smaller screw. But both of them were slotted in this slot here, like on the spare. You see both of them are slotted in there. I'll take that out real quick. You unlock it here, push down this red button, slide it back out that way. It has some arrows there on which way it enters and exits the head. Here you have the plate. The way you take these out, there's a little rubber stopper here on the back. Move that out the way and you slide it over and you can take that out. Just want to show you that real quick. Against the head here has the lock. This is how you get the head off of the mount. I'm going to slide it back in, and it locks. It won't fall out. To lock it down, you turn the little knob on the side, and your plate is locked back in place. On the side here, and I have this kind of reverse, guys. I had put it in the drawer, so let me unlock this because it's in a weird position. I know that looks weird, but it goes out that way. And you have your loosening and tightening screw here for to be able to move your head up and down. I'm going to loosen it here, and you'll see there's kind of a spring in there a little bit. If you pull it, you see how it moves back. So it's nice and fluid. I know the head's going to work well. There's a couple times I will use this. I had to use one for like a play, video recording a play that a friend of mine wanted me to record for him. So I went ahead and got it with the head. You don't have to get this monopod with the head. There are options to go with the head, with or without the foot on it. There's a lot of options, but about $100 with the head and everything, so I went that way. Let's take a look at the monopod itself. I can barely get it in screen here, guys. I'm sorry. Again, this is the carbon fiber model. We will be weighing that here in a moment against the Manfrotto monopod. The first thing here we're going to take a look at is the top of the monopod. It has a, I should have looked this up, but a 1/4 inch. Yeah, that's a 1/4 inch screw head in here. The way you adjust that, there's a 3/8, I think it's called. Well, the smaller one. You take that little Allen thing out, you unscrew that, you unscrew this, and you can flip this screw around to the smaller head. Also has this little strap to carry. Nice piece of foam. Handle here. Got all the Avella information there. You get that in the middle of the screen. Sorry about that. Again, this is a carbon fiber version. There is a aluminum version. So carbon fiber costs a little bit more, but it's a little bit lighter. Has great locks. I mean, even the color, the design is really beautiful the way they did this. So you got some great locks on here. It looks all great. Let's look at the foot here real quick. Again, we got that little bottom knobby on the bottom there. You got this little knob here, and we'll take a look at that once I put the feet out. The feet locks in 2 positions. Let me turn that to the side. It will lock there at a kind of a down position. I kind of show you here. It goes click twice. But if you only come down part the way, and I'll show you that, I'm going to come up and go 1 click. Okay? And that's kind of the normal position. If you need to use that, this foot does come off if you need it to come off. And you could have it like a really short monopod to a really short foot thing to mount a camera on or something like that. The way you unlock the bottom here, I wish this was a clicky type thing that you push down, but it's not. You unscrew this. You got a ball head inside of here. It's nice and tight. I might put a little oil on that to make that a little bit smoother. It does not, like the MP-66, unlike my Manfrotto that I'm going to show you in a moment, it's not, there's no smooth turning on this. There's not a smooth turning on it. I could loosen that and get it looser, but it's not exactly that nice hydraulic feel that I would show you with the $15 foot that I put on the Manfrotto. But that locks it out. And I love this little notch here that they put on here, guys. It has a notch on one side. Turn it all the way around so you see. And that way you can actually go all the way over. That's pretty cool. All the way over with this monopod in direction. Neither one of the other ones did that. Lock that back down by turning that back into position. Don't worry about losing this. When you loosen it, see it's loose, it doesn't come out any further than that. So if you loosen it and you go, wow, gosh, you know, that thing might fall out one day, I'm out shooting, I've lost this tightening thing, but it actually stops there. So it can be just loose when you're shooting. Again, once you tighten this down, this doesn't turn anyway. It won't turn anyway. But that's the Avella. Kind of I'll go over that. Again, let me go back with the Manfrotto, which you've seen probably if you looked at my previous video. It has a multi-head. This is really neat. You got the both screw heads in one, so you don't have to take anything apart and flip it around. You push it whatever you want onto it, and that one pushes out of the way. That's a cool idea. The strap, nice foam handle. Again, this is the Manfrotto 679B, made in Italy. These are really good monopods. Go over the locks. Great locks. I've had this for quite a while. But again, the reason that I was buying another monopod was that my whole rig was getting a bit heavy. This foot again was something I got off of eBay. You push the little buttons on the side and you lock it down that way. Lock it. It has a very smooth turning, almost hydraulic feeling that you can actually turn the entire monopod. I'm going to come down so you can see the lock as I turn this. I mean, extremely smooth. Wish the Avella did that, but it doesn't. But I can get away without that. Unlock the head in the same way. You unscrew this and it swivels around. Tighten it back up and you lock it down that way. And to retract, you just push the little buttons. That is a pretty quick and convenient way to lock and unlock that. I did not show you on this entirely how to bring these back down. If they're pretty tight this way and you're trying to push this thing, you're not going to get it unlocked. You got to come back a little bit. And they pull out. Let me get it in an angle that you can see it. They kind of go that way. So if you're pulling up on it and you're trying to push this out, you're working against yourself. You kind of have to give it a little room. Doesn't take a lot at all. And you have the legs folded back down. Now let's go to the scales. Okay, we got both of our monopods. We got our scale ready to go here. Let me drill down so we can see the numbers here pretty good. There we go. Start with the Manfrotto first. Stick it on the scale. Cross the scale. Cross the scale. Make sure everything is on the scale. And there we go. 2 pounds, 5.6 ounces on the Manfrotto. And here's the Avella, the carbon fiber. And let me see how I'm going to sit this in here. There we go. 2.16. So we lost 4 ounces. We lost 4 ounces, guys. So every ounce counts, especially in my world. Every little bit of weight that you can shed is less, especially when you're doing like a 5-6 hour shoot all day, shooting video. All the weight that you can shed helps out. Now let's go and stand both of these up in the back and take a look at how tall they are and how they look. Okay guys, here we go. We got both monopods set up here. The Manfrotto, the Avella. Going to check a height difference. Wanted to show you again the gimbal. This is what I use on top of the monopods when I'm out shooting. This weighs almost 5 pounds And on top of that, there's a couple of LED lights that are mounted on the side of this. So it gets pretty heavy, which is why I am trying to, why I went on this adventure to find a new monopod that's a little bit lighter. The Manfrotto here, I got the first leg all extended all the way. We're going to go with the second leg all the way up. And it's about, I'm about 5'5", so that's about how tall that is. And then we're going to go with the Avella. I got the bottom leg already extended. There's the second and the third. Only, gosh, maybe 3 or 4 inches taller than the Manfrotto. The VP-66, the air-driven monopod, was a little bit taller than this, but this is plenty tall enough. Imagine how high this is. You can, I don't think you can see the top of it in the camera there, but with the, I just pulled that back down. With the gimbal on top of that, you see it's pretty tall. So at times I end up working with the monopod. I'll move this one out of the way. Extend it over the couple as they're maybe doing their first dance or something of that nature, and I have it extended out like that over the top, and I circle them and stuff of that nature. But this, I like this one. Definitely, it is much lighter. Oh, and the other thing is, the reason, again, going back to the VP-66, just look in my feed, you'll see the video on the Vidpro VP-66, is that the reason I had to go back from that monopod, because it was self-extending. Of course, like this monopod, you lock it in place, it stays in place, it doesn't extend or go anywhere. So guys, that is it. This is again the Avella CD324. This is the carbon fiber model of their mono video pod. Remember, this came with the head on it. The one I purchased with the head was right over, just over $100. I think it's a great deal. If you're spending a lot of money on some of these other monopods, $300-400, I will encourage you to just check this out. Just take a look before spending all of that money, because I think you'll be surprisingly happy with this monopod versus some of the other ones. There's another YouTuber, I might link his video also below so you can take a look at it, and he's had it for I think over a year now, and he's perfectly happy, and he's used a lot of monopods in his history of doing videography. So thanks again a lot, guys. Hey, like and subscribe. Y'all have a blessed day.